It's time for the Extreme Gaming Podcast with Gray, Trev, Matt, and Tarl, my gaming buddies.
Oh,
My
I love
gaming
that.
buddies.
I
You
love it. It's
wish.
so good.
We all be buddies. Big Knob John. All right. Extreme Gaming Podcast. Yeah, that's a good one. Extreme Gaming. I should
The
say
podcast. We're on the podcast.
No, Extreme Gaming Podcast, episode 283. Of course, this show will air on June 5th. That's when you're listening to it. And we have on our wonderful cast a full house. Introduce yourself, peoples.
Hi, I'm Trev as always.
That was
Sometimes
quick.
he's picking up John.
Next.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
hi,
next,
I'm
Matt.
Matt, also known as Irish Guardian. I was going to say gamer then, but that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Irish gamer.
And hello. I'm Tal from gamertech.org. And why is Trev called Big Knob John?
You know.
He's a
We just like
supporter
to change our
of
names.
John's with big nubs.
No one sees that apart from you three.
Right.
But I'm just
People
really
out there
interested.
listening to the audio
Trev,
podcast.
I was sharing a secret with just you three. Now you've told everyone because only you three see that.
No.
Now everyone knows. Great. I have a request. How come you keep changing the intro?
I don't. The
You
reason
do-
I
you
changed
do,
it was
yeah.
because
The last 2 or 3 weeks it was the other one without the cheesy bit at the end about my gaming buddies. That's the
Right.
only bit I don't like.
because
the only bit I don't like, the cheesy bit.
it's very cheesy. I like it. It's great. I only
He
I
does
only
like
do it
his
when I
cheese.
know all four of us are available, like from the get go, and then I use it. If we're not,
I like it.
then I don't.
I like it.
Then
It's
I go to
actually
the other one.
it's ironic because this AI is able to pronounce my name better than 99% of humans. So I'm all for it.
How hard can Tarl be?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not that
it's
difficult.
difficult. Trust me.
Have you never heard Rick from The Walking Dead say Carl? Then you
Well,
know.
I mean, yeah,
Carl.
people say Carl, yeah,
Carl.
but
I mean, I get all sorts like Tower Wall, and
Tower- yeah,
it's
okay.
just- yeah.
must be the accent
See,
thing.
I just call you Eminem. Much easier.
Don't call you. I just
Yeah.
won't call you
Yeah.
late for dinner. That's all.
The real tall Sadie.
Anyway, join our Discord, discord.gg/extreme gaming podcast. You can also put any questions you want to us either through the Discord or you can send us an email if you want, info@extremegamingpodcast.com. We'll put your question on our show and answer it to the best of our ability. Look on also YouTube. You'll see our shorts, which are always up there generally. And we also have what we call the EGP quick breaks, which we do 7, 8, 9, 10, 15-minute segments here and there. So look for those on YouTube. We also do gaming night most Tuesdays at 8:30 BST time. And if anybody out there wants to join us, we have as many as 3 to 8 to 10 people. It all depends on what's going on. So you can join in if you want. And of course, Carl already told you he's gamertech.org. So if you want a PC made by Tarl, and he will do that for you. And that can be whatever you want. Just talk to Tarl and work it out. We're on the socials, of course, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Extreme Gaming Podcast, and X. We are missing the gaming, so it's Extreme Podcast. So we're going to kind of move along. We didn't get a chance to have Matt do a bunch of stuff last time, but he's going to do it this time.
Did we not?
And I'm actually looking forward to your game news, Matt. So you wanna kick it off?
Hello, everybody.
What was that?
Yeah, hello everybody. Right, so yeah, I just found out that there's a second part of Death Stranding 2 coming out on the beach.
Why?
It's not coming out on the beach. That's the title of it, On the Beach.
Yeah.
So there, which is shaping to be the biggest release of the year, along with other games. And the release date is 26th of June, but it's only for PS5. So Trev will buy it for us all, including PS5.
It's not going to be PC?
PC, yeah, no, not yet. Not for a
Maybe
while.
eventually.
Yeah,
You're forgetting who makes it.
exactly. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, and
Yes.
How it pronounces it.
he's in bed with Sony.
Yeah,
Although he
he's a
doesn't work for them.
console
So
for
Must be a
that.
big bed.
Yes, yeah,
Big
very.
bed, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird
Right.
game, that, isn't it, Matt? Have you played the
It
first
is.
one
I have.
on
Yeah,
PC?
Yeah, what you going around?
What's wrong with that game, man? A little baby, you have a baby in your back who can navigate for you and sticks a big antenna out
Yeah.
of God knows where this antenna comes out from when the baby. It's concerning, actually, to be fair. And
Yeah.
then he goes and delivers parcels, and it's the guy from what's his name from The Walking Dead?
Daryl Dixon.
Norman Reedus. Norman
Norman
Reedus.
Reedus. Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, weird.
Well,
Oh no!
I mean,
no.
I
Yeah.
guess it has its fans, but I looked at the
does.
first game and watched gameplay of the first game, and I'm going like, no. So
It is
I
kind
wasn't-
of tedious. It is beautiful. It is beautiful what they've done, and the interactions with the characters as well. When you do certain things or don't do certain things, he reacts, which is brilliant. You don't get that much from many games at all. Yeah, I played the first one. Never completed it. Typical.
Same.
Yeah. I don't even know how far I've got into it because all I remember is carrying stuff, losing stuff, jumping over stuff, getting killed by
that was
something.
the first 10 minutes.
That was, yeah.
I thought that was you getting home from work, man.
Huh?
I thought that was you getting home from work.
That's what I'm explaining.
Oh,
And
right,
then
right.
I
got
get
you,
into the game and do the same thing there and find cliffs. I always find cliffs in games. Doesn't matter what game. And if there is no cliffs, I find one.
You just make
Doesn't
one,
matter.
right?
Yeah, and lose everything. Yeah, so this one takes place after, 11 months after the first one? But they are introducing a day and night cycle, which is awesome. That'd be quite interesting. Natural disasters as well, which would be exciting. And mechanized enemies. So instead of just having the shadow things coming at you, they have these mechanical things that'll be coming.
T1000s.
I think it's a T1000, the
Yeah.
RX 2000, one of those
Yes.
ones. Hoping it's the TX. What's the lady one called?
Oh, I forgot. That's a good question.
I've put that one out of my mind.
She was the
Why?
lady
her.
T1000.
I believe it's she or her.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. One of them two.
Correct.
That'd
Yeah.
be nice. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. The show's Strand system has been upgraded as well, allowing players to grow their reputation and access new gears and resources. Better stealth mechanics, including decoy holograms, silent takedowns, and long-range gear, including a ladder.
Splinter Cell.
Yeah. What else? Combat features, melee weapons like a guitar, a battle guitar.
What weapons? What kind of weapons? Sorry, we need to take you back there. What kind of weapons?
Battle guitars.
That's not what you said.
No, he wanted to say melee.
Melee.
You said melee. I just want to go
Melee?
and get my
What
meal,
did
my
you?
dinner.
How did you say it? Melee? Melee.
Melee.
It's
It
But it's
doesn't
melee.
not
be
because
fair.
it's got the two E's and
I
the
know
E
it doesn't
before the
look
L.
like that. I know you're right. You're right.
I am right.
It doesn't look like that,
Right
but it's
at
one
all.
of these weird things in English where it doesn't look how it's said.
Yeah,
It's
it
actually
doesn't-
pronounced melee.
There you go. See,
Who said
melee.
that? That's not what it's called. That's not the real pronunciation. Jeez.
I think I almost had Trev then. He was looking at me. He was like, "What? Really?"
Gray knew that was coming back as soon as you said.
yeah.
Whoa,
brilliant.
pause, rewind.
I will say one thing about the Death Stranding too. From
Yeah.
what you explained, it sounds a lot more interesting than the UPS man that we had in the first one. So,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be something better now.
Yeah, it's something different. It sounds better as well. More firearms, machine guns, sniper rifles. So there you go, Gray.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Stealth and sniper. Yay.
Stealth sniper. We are kicking it.
Yeah.
Yes, the gameplay
Aim pray.
premiere is happening on the 8th of June. So that's in a few days' time, a couple of days' time, in LA, hosted by Geoff Keighley and of course Hideo Kojima will be
Yes.
present along with special guests. Not me because I couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Oh,
I'm sure I lost my invite. I don't know.
Matt, literally, his name. Don't laugh. His name Jeff,
Yeah.
not Joff. No, I'm not generally saying that. Just my name
I
Jeff,
know,
just
I
so
know.
I can say that. No, I literally Jeff Keighley, I believe his name is.
It's because we got somebody at work, but it's spelled that way, but it's Geoff. And it always gets
Oh,
me.
I've
So,
got
yeah.
Joff at work.
There you
Joff.
go, Geoff. Yeah.
My name, his name Jeff. Okay.
His name's Geoff.
Hey, when I
Geoff.
first saw the spelling of what you just
Geoff,
said, I thought it was Geoff or something. I said, where did they come with the Jeff thing? And I go
Just
like,
make
what?
us
Yeah.
minds, you know. Yeah.
Isn't Jeff Keighley the guy that started the Game Awards?
Yeah.
Yes,
it's him.
yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
The event is part of the World Strand Tour 2, which will visit 12 locations worldwide. So they might be coming here.
Wait a
That's
minute.
all.
So
That's
Hideo is going.
Yeah.
Hideo, however you pronounce his name. He's going
Hideo.
to 12 locations around
Hideo
the.
Kojima.
Yeah.
He's going to 12
It's
locations
Hideo,
around
actually.
the world.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
he's
Around the
going to
world.
12 locations
supposedly.
around the world.
Possibly, yes. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. Possibly, maybe a virtual
Why would he go to 12
representation.
Why would he go to 12 locations around the world? No one cares. I mean, it's like. I mean, if
A lot of people
they
like
got money.
that.
They're spending it. What can you do? So
Apparently.
there's also special editions and pre-orders, of course. And with that, you get in the collector's edition, you get the 15-inch Magellan Man statue.
The word, I need to look at this. I need
I'm
to
talking
look at this.
Magellan. It's Magellan.
Magellan. Magellan. You get a fucking statue with it, all right? And then you get a
Tune in
fucking
next week
3-inch
for the
fucking
extreme
gold man fucking
pronunciation
dildo.
podcast.
All right. You get fucking toys with it. There you go. Arts and crafts and cards.
Oh, that's
All right,
That's
a
cool.
sticker.
That's cool. You should do that more
Crafts.
often, mate. Instead of trying to pronounce things that are
Just
way too
gotta
difficult.
fuck it in. Yeah. And also, you get a special edition Death Stranding 2 Dual Sense controller.
Oh,
And
wow.
It looks
Ooh.
kind of sleek and nice. I like it.
Does it look good?
Oh,
Let's
It
have a
looks
look. I'm
good.
going to Google
It
it.
does look really nice.
I would get one because it could become a collector's item when none of them
Yeah.
sell. So
And this is before I had any fucking wine.
That does look pretty cool. I like the look of that.
Have you noticed, guys? Hideo, or whatever, however you pronounce his name, he's so into movies and other things, and that's why every time he makes games, he always has written by, produced by, directed by. There's always his name.
Yeah.
But now, all of a sudden, the last, I don't know, 6-7 months, I'm starting to see these articles pop up here and there where he's commenting on entertainment now. He comes and says, well, I think, da 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 da, or I think this was da da da. And I'm like, oh, God. So I got him commenting on that.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at this. Who put
There
this
it
thing
is.
up?
there you go. That's me. That's the guy you're talking about. For the audio listeners here.
$219 or pounds
No,
for
that's pounds. So it's even worse, mate. It'll be $250 for you.
Oh
yeah,
my
so
God.
these collector editions are not worth it. They're blatantly overpriced.
Definitely
I don't
not.
mind paying more for a special edition or collector edition because there's more in it. But you get this statue, right? And I recognize that guy, but I mean, yeah,
That's crazy.
You
Who's
will
the
get.
doll
You
man?
hope. No, that's the
That's the Mega Man.
I didn't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah, and then a lot
That's your man.
of digital shit. So, like, for that price, you get the game and any digital content, but you get very little physical stuff.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
game. Oh, there you go. There you go.
The game
That
is
really-
down digital.
That
Yeah.
that
Digital
really
download.
pisses in my chips. Look. Full
Yeah,
game
yeah. Pissy
digital
chips.
download. You don't even get a physical game. That is disgusting.
Mhm.
It's a PlayStation. It's not a PC though.
Yeah.
They're never going to give you
I'm
physical
so
anymore.
sick of this, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, generally, like, if you're going to absolutely have your filthy way with me, at least bloody treat me like a gentleman.
At least.
Wow.
Let's give him a little slap
Yeah.
table first.
That's not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's a
Yeah.
lot for what is essentially a small
That's disgusting.
collector's,
Yeah.
thing, right?
I-
What do you call it? A little
I would
statue.
only maybe entertain that if it was Doom.
I would
Other than
3D
that-
print it and sell it to you for half the price.
Yeah,
There you go.
There
Good
you go.
idea.
You can paint it yourself. There you go.
I remember, if you want to buy it from Matt, just email us and I'll put the email to Matt, and then they'll come and arrest him, and everything will be.
Yeah.
Everything is be wonderful. All right, Matt, you wanted to
Switch
cover
it
the precinct too?
No, so
again?
yeah. I was just a little follow up from the last time because I think I've not mentioned this last podcast as well. I finished it. I enjoyed it, but it's not over. No,
It isn't?
No.
Oh.
So yeah, apparently within the game, when you're doing the campaign, you'll come across dead bodies with little notes and things happening, and you think that's it. Once you complete it, you complete it. No. I was just going on because I wanted to get the big, massive GT police car thing unlocked, and I ended up finding that this crime isn't finished yet. Crime don't stop. Whether you're a cop, okay, that doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah. So I finished the main course, and now I'm in the pudding, which is a serial killer thing going on. Me, Jesus. And yeah, it's actually fantastic. So I'm actually still playing it and trying to find this weird psycho killer who's sending me around the sticks. Honestly, it's mad. But
So
it's good.
did it
It's
really
fun.
end, or it just kind of ended and then it started up again?
It did a Red Dead 2 style ending where you still had some stuff to do at the end.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
Okay.
don't just finish with the credits. Go on after that. You'll be surprised.
It must be good because for you to play that much and go all into the ending, it must be a good game.
It is good. Yeah, it's actually quite fascinating. The style, the music. I'm still loving it. I didn't see my name in the credits for the reviewers. Shocking
right.
enough. I don't know. They couldn't spell it. I'm guessing. Matt. It's hard to spell.
I'll believe you.
Yeah,
I might even play it now
Yeah,
since you
so
like it.
I think they gave it to some people from Brazil to review, and people from their own area, which is awesome. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. Love it. It's definitely worth it. There you go.
Cool. All right. All right. Well, since we're still on game news, I'll come around. Now, this article I read, I guess it's kind of loosely game related, but we all know who Gabe Newell is, right? Okay, the guy over at Valve and Steam and all this other stuff.
Carl's daddy.
Love you, Gabe. Love you, Gabe.
Love you, Gabe.
Carl's
Yes.
daddy.
The only thing I didn't know was when I was
Actually,
reading this
Gabby.
is apparently he co-founded a neuroscience company called Starfish back in 2019.
We all know Starfish.
And this is like a real brainchild of
Chocolate
his.
starfish.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
The hot dog flavored water.
Yeah.
And
I
he
remember that.
started up what he's into apparently is brain-computer interface technology. He talked about this a long time ago about running games with your mind only, like going way back to like 2010 or something. And now apparently after he's been working with this company and since 2019, supposedly he is getting ready to launch the first brain chip. He says by
Can we
the end
review it?
by the end of this year. So I'm like, okay.
I ain't putting no chip in my brain. I'll let you do that, Matt.
I'll do that.
Well,
It can't get any worse than it is already.
be
I'll probably
to
break
be
the chip, to be honest.
I don't want to be dishonest about this. To be honest, brain chip technology is actually rather interesting, and it does have a lot of promise in curing Parkinson's disease and other brain dysfunctions. So there's a lot of merit to it. It just seems funny that Gabe is behind this, and you get the brain chip and it helps your brain, and all of a sudden you start replaying games in your head, like what's going on?
That's some real Black Mirror stuff, isn't it?
There you
Putting
go.
chips in your brain. I'm not sure about that.
And are you
I just thought
actually
that was
playing games?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, you can play
Supposed to
games
do
just like
GTA,
going
but
like
you're in there actually on the real road.
Well, they did say it's at the early stages and that the first chips will arrive in 2025. They said that they're kind of looking for collaborators. I don't know if that means victims or whatever.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. How is it they're releasing this year, but they're still in the early stages?
I don't know. I'm just looking
Early
at this thing.
access, mate. Early access. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, okay,
access,
the way he puts it is that
Beta
this early
testing.
Yeah.
Alpha testing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just stick this in your brain, guys.
Pre-alpha,
See how it
yeah.
goes.
Actually, what I heard is if you put the chip in your brain, all the FPS increases on every game you play. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
you get 90 FPS in real life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
imagine everything's everything's in high FPS. All your friends are moving around really fast.
Yeah.
Like, wait,
Wow.
what's going on?
Wow.
That would be good.
Anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting, but it is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. The next story was something that we keep hearing about, and then it disappears, and then we hear about it, and then it disappears, and then we hear about it. Apparently, it's back on again now that the new Splinter Cell remake Ubisoft is supposedly going to still do after they said that they weren't. Apparently, I guess since AC Shadows is doing better, that they feel a little more braver. I suppose I don't know. But they did make a kind of a cryptic message. They show a picture of Sam Fisher without the helmet, with the eyes and everything, and this is a close up of Sam. This is how they wrote it: close up of Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, showing a stern expression with focused eyes, short dark hair, and a rugged beard. Set against a blurred high-tech background, he's locked in. And that's it. They just posted a picture and said that. So if supposedly that's gonna happen, I'm all for it. I think it'd be great to be able to have a remake.
I think it will, Gray. It's been heavily rumored for a long time,
Sure.
and they need to make money because they're relying on the same bloody franchise to get them through, so they'll do what every other studio does and make remakes to afford the big games and franchises they want to make in life. And
Yeah.
this is a no-brainer because I generally loved Splinter Cell when I was younger. I don't know why. Like,
Same.
I played probably all of
Good.
them, and I don't know if I could play a stealth game now, but I'd maybe revisit that one. I mean, the similarities between that and Metal Gear Solid for sure. But
Mhm.
Metal Gear Solid came first, and then
Yeah.
Splinter Cell came, so
Yeah.
I just played them all naturally.
Yeah.
And I'm always down for a good stealth game if it's truly good. So I would think that the remake would be great because the old game was good. So if they remake it, that sounds good.
No other
Yeah.
rumors, no other details. When
No, not
and
really. There's nothing really here. It
but-
just says that that was the cryptic thing that they did, and so now they're thinking maybe it's going to happen. They said that Summer Game Fest starts June 6th, which is the day after you hear this
Yeah.
broadcast, and then they said that supposedly Ubisoft said that they weren't going to be there, but then they're saying that doesn't mean they won't announce it
They weren't invited.
on that day,
True.
possibly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I think it will be revealed down, Gray. There was rumors that I read online that it could be revealed down.
yeah, so I'm hoping maybe we'll hear something.
Not every studio's there in person. In fact, far from it. A lot of the time, my name Jeff just goes, here is a new game from Ubisoft, and then a video comes up on screen rather than anyone come onto the stage. So
Mhm.
let's hope so. I can't look forward to the Summer Game Festival because that's pretty interesting. And I believe there's a Sony State of Play tomorrow as well. So
Is
there
there?
could be even more news coming next week. In
IGN
fact,
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Anyway.
when Xbox did their thing a while back. I mean, that was great. They just started throwing everything around and showing what was coming up. They pulled no tricks there. They just showed everything, and that was a great reveal. There's so many of the games, so I would love to see
Yeah.
everything kind of like that. I thought what might be kind of fun to see what you guys think is that I went on Steam to find out the ranking of games on a sold basis and on a play basis, and I wanted to see how it differed, from what games are hot sellers compared to people play them. So I thought this was kind of interesting. So on the sell side, I'll go through that first. Elden Ring is number one. Elden Ring Night Rain. I should be more specific. The DLC. Number 2 is Counter-Strike. This is from sales, so Counter-Strike is still apparently selling well. Third is not
CS2
even
free.
though.
Yeah, it's free.
Sorry. Is it? Well, I don't know. They're talking about sales, so they must be talking about maybe.
in-game currency.
In-game
yeah.
stuff.
Probably in-game stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a massive market in CS, skins market.
It's a lot, boy. Jeez.
I tried to sell my skin there.
Number 3 is not even a game. It's Steam Deck. But you think about it, if that's the third best seller, Steam Deck, and it's not really technically a game.
Sorry, Gray. What's the left table from the right? The right table is sales.
The one on
What's
the left
table?
is the one on the left is sales.
Okay.
Okay,
One
so
on
we're
the
just gonna
right.
go through that list first. Dune
Okay.
Awakening is number 4. That's not bad for Dune.
Not even out yet, is it?
Yeah.
No.
It's coming out
Is it not?
shortly. No, it's not out
No,
yet.
these can
Oh,
be
it's-
based on pre-orders.
Pre-order
as well.
Yeah. Okay. That's why.
Still money that was put down.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is 5. That's probably not a well, maybe a little surprise, but not really.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Marvel's Rivals. That's been doing really well.
Mhm.
Don't know why. I think that game looks shit. Personally,
Yeah.
that's my
I don't know, it's
technical,
a big hit,
professional
though.
opinion.
All the kids love it, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
they're wild for it.
That's the new DC universe, isn't it? That used to be out back in the day. We had
Well, they got
you had to
Marvel's
make up your
version of
own.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I think they're cranking up Injustice 3, or they're as we kind of mentioned last time, they're thinking about it. So if that comes out, it'll be interesting having both companies represented. That'll be kind of
Yeah, absolutely.
cool. Expedition 33, which we already know is a huge hit, is number 7. Helldivers 2, believe it or not, is still selling.
Hanging in
Number
there.
8.
Nice.
At
The new
number 8.
updates. Yeah.
Last of Us Part 1, not Part 2. Last of Us Part 1 is in the 9th spot for sales. Now, this is all as of maybe a week ago, I think. So these are pretty accurate.
Gray. The Last of Us Part 1 came out in PC after Part 2. That's why, because it got like redone, remastered. That's why.
Mhm.
I found this one a little surprising. In the 10th slot is the Elder Scrolls Online.
Ooh, sorry,
Well,
what?
that's been out for quite some time, and yet apparently, I guess it's making a few bucks or
It's
whatever.
what is that, number 14?
Number
Is that
10,
right?
number 10.
Number
10.
10. Don't know where I
Yeah.
get 14 from.
Now, the only reason I put a number 11 in here is I thought this was interesting. Stellar Blade has not even come out yet, and on pre-orders alone, it's already number 11, and the game's not even out yet on PC. So that's pretty impressive that they have that many pre-orders for the game, already. So that's the lineup for the sales. Now let's go over the ranking in play. How many people play the game? How popular they are in play. So number 1 is Counter-Strike. Is played the most at Steam.
I think it's quite far ahead of the others as well, right?
The top
Yeah,
three will
most
always
likely.
be the top three. The top three will always be the top three.
Yeah,
by the way.
Counter-Strike,
Yeah.
PUBG, Dota 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dota 2 is number 2, and PUBG is number 3. Number 4 is the new DLC for Elden Ring. And some of these others. Number 5, I never even heard of this game, is Bongo Cat.
Who the fuck is Bongo Cat?
Anybody know what that is?
Yeah.
I have no
Is that a
idea.
piss take? Is that it must be a game for kids like Roblox or something. I've never heard of it.
I never have either. I thought maybe it was some kind of anime
Bongo
thing, or
Cat.
maybe or something.
Look, you guys just aren't down with the kids these days. Everyone's playing Bongo
No.
Cat.
Oh yeah, everyone. Yeah, I see everybody
That's all
playing.
I do.
It's amazing. My dog plays it.
Yeah.
Trev will be interested in this. Number 6 is Rust.
Don't
Yeah.
be
So-
surprised, people. I don't
Yeah.
preach it for the sake of preaching it. I preach it because
Had
the
to pay
reviews
extra
are
just to get into the list.
they're overwhelmingly positive or very positive reviews always in Steam. So and
I
I've
mean,
still
to
to
be-
play. I've
I
still
think
to
it's pretty
play the
impressive.
latest biome with you boys, which is the jungle biome.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
This is a game
I
that
was
gets
impressed with it.
updates on a regular basis every month for free. I don't know a single game that gets that amount of alterations, updates, changes, stuff added to it every month for free. I generally don't know a single one to the degree. Enshrouded, not to this degree, mate. This game is already out 1.0. It's been out for a number of years and it's still getting support 7 years after it went 1.0. That's my point.
All right, now here comes another game I never heard of. In the 7th spot, as far as how popular it's being played, is Banana.
Yes, go Banana.
Don't
Yeah,
ask me.
my
It's
favorite.
just the game is called Banana. That's it. And I'm like, wow, the 7th highest played game is Banana. Okay.
Look, we should check these games out, guys, because if they're like the top 10 of played games on Steam, they're probably pretty good.
I don't want to get arrested by the police for being part of some kind of weird ring. That I don't. Nah,
A
I'm not
banana
going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
Bongo
a
Cat
different
plays
kind of
with a
ring that I don't
banana.
want to say. I don't want to say on a podcast. You get the gist.
We'll
When
say it
kids
anyway.
play it, and I go in and play it. No, I'm not getting arrested.
Well, I think that's a you problem.
Yes, I think it is a wee problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit like Robin Hood, where you got, what's it, Lil Jon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, he got too excited.
He's gone before the feds
that
come.
boy,
Yeah.
boy.
I'm back.
Oh, you
so
need your
number
upgrade
8.
soon.
Number 8 is Marvel Rivals. No surprise there, I guess, because
Mhm.
that game's been hot. Number 9 most played is Grand Theft Auto 5 Legacy. What's the difference between Legacy and does that mean that?
That's the new HD upgradey version.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pointless. to be honest,
And
but
the
yeah.
last one, believe it or not, is still Apex Legends in number 10.
Is Legacy the
Wow.
old version though? I don't think. I
No,
don't
Legacy
think it
is the newer version.
Legacy normally means older.
That's what
It
I
normally
thought.
does. yeah.
Whereas it would say enhanced, wouldn't it? Because I think the new.
Yeah. Oh, is it called the
It might
Hands? I don't know.
You no, you might be right, Matt. Just Legacy normally means older,
It
like
does.
older,
yeah.
older. Because they did make an advanced version for
They did.
PlayStation and PC. So I don't actually know.
They might have
be
just
anything.
thrown that name in there because it sounds great.
We were missing something through that whole thing.
Yeah, so
I was
Legacy is
expect-
different. Yeah.
Okay. I was expecting a countdown music, like the guys in the UK are like Top of the Pops or something, like countdown music. I was expecting
Or
some
just
kind
countdown.
of, or that as well. Yeah, that's
We'll add all that
Google
in later.
Gray.
If I do
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
do a quick breaks, I'll put it in for you.
You're like, in the number 1 position is, and you've got the music on in the background all the time.
So,
Anywho.
all of a sudden there's a link down there. This is Bongo Cat. Who put that in?
Oh,
I did.
We could hear Matt typing that into his keyboard.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, we could.
I was on mute.
Yeah, that's a clacker. That
Don't
keyboard
tease
type.
I had
Yeah.
mute.
All right, so I'm done with my part of the game news.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to hardware tech news, and Trev's going to lead us off on that one.
Thank you, but
Tech news.
yeah, we need a jingle. That's almost a little techno intro. I like that, man. I might just get you to record it for me, Tom.
We got Epic Dave for that kind of
I
stuff.
can do that.
How much is Bobcat there? Bongo Cat then? Bobcat.
It's free. And it's like,
course it's
do
free.
you remember back in the day where you used to have screensavers and things that happen on your taskbar and things?
Yeah.
You had the Star Wars one and you had the Monty Python one. It's pretty much like that.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Really?
So every time you touch the key, it would smack the heck out of your taskbar and do things.
Oh,
And this is
you had Tomcat for the iPhone. It was one of the first iPhone games, like a little avatar thing.
Yeah. And you press that and it'll go, ooh.
Oh,
And that's the fifth
I do
most
that, to be
played
honest.
game on Steam.
really?
Yeah.
Are people
Wow.
that sad?
Yeah.
It's for
I
kids,
guess.
isn't it?
I'm always playing
I
it.
don't
I mean,
care.
It's for kids. God,
kids like
they
kids.
love it.
Don't get it.
I like a
Don't
little
get it
cat
at all.
fashion.
Yeah. Okay.
So Trev, take off.
More.
You're such an old
Not
man. Trev.
literally though.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Get
even
with the
more.
trend.
There's even more sad news
Oh, dear.
coming. Just to add to that depressing news we just had there of kids playing a game that does absolutely nothing but rot their brain. More sackings in the gaming industry. People. More layoffs.
Who is it this time?
Is it Ubisoft again?
No, not this time.
EA.
Well, they
it's
did-
in the sacking, not the game. They are heavily rumored to be laying off another 400 developers.
Wow.
This is shit. I mean, it's a rumor. It's a rumor. We take it with a pinch of salt. It's one of their studios called Cliffhanger Games. I've not heard of them, to be fair, but the big rumor was that they were supposedly working on an original Black Panther game, which would have been a cool concept, I think. Black Panther and how the character works if you're into your comic books and stuff. But yeah, and then let's not forget, I say another 400 because it was maybe a month or so ago that they laid off the guys at Respawn Entertainment who done Titanfall.
Yeah.
But what did they make before Titanfall? They were from COD, I believe, maybe Call of Duty, and they moved over. I can't remember, something like that. But they laid off 300 to 400 employees. So potentially within the space of a couple of months, they could be letting go approximately 800 staff members. Kind of disgusting. They're shutting down things left, right, and centre. It says here the publisher could be preparing to shut down Codemaster's central headquarters, removing another 400 developers. So I think maybe Codemasters has got something to do with this as well. I'd hate to see it. I guess the only reason I ever bring this up is because, not that we can do anything about it, this little podcast, but I like to kind of name and shame a little bit, because these guys will hire people really, really easily, but then get rid of them just as quickly and easily. And that's a poor planning for me. If you're going to hire that amount of people and then let go of so many more a little or a short while after, it's bad planning, you guys. I just like to name and shame. That's the only reason for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on that because it's sad and depressing. I never like to see anyone lose a job, especially
Tom,
in the
just
game
shut
industry.
it.
Go ahead, Taro.
No, it was in his flow. I didn't want to, interrupt the flow.
The problem I've got, Taro, is see when I'm on the laptop and I'm actually reading an article out, I move tabs so I see you guys in a little pop-up window, but then you're a tiny window within a small window. So you're like a little fly down there moving a hand. So yes, the
I'll
floor
do
is
a
yours.
little thing like this. I'll do like a little tap.
You need to
No, don't
or
do
you
that,
jump
don't do
about
that,
and go
don't do that.
nuts.
Don't do
Do
that.
the keyboard bit.
Oh
Yeah.
I just smashed my keyboard.
Yeah.
Can I make a little comment on this, because I've got a couple of thoughts.
Yeah.
Please.
whilst obviously my heart breaks for anyone that loses their job, it's like really, really terrible, and I hate to see it. And I hope these guys are able to go and girls are able to get better jobs with more pay and etc. etc. But I think it's actually. On the whole, is going to be good for the games industry, because I think the AAA studios, they're too big, they're too bloated, they're too full of bureaucracy, and I think AAA games and just gaming studios in general just need to be smaller, right? More dynamic, more agile, and employ their people, a reasonable amount of people that they can employ all year round, and just make smaller, better, more focused games. And I think what will happen, what I hope will happen, is this will mean more studios rather than less studios that are like behemoth size.
It's already happening.
Lots and lots of more studios. So not quite A games, not double A games. Somewhere between indie and AAA or whatever. But yeah, I think that's what I'd like to see. Just just a bit more sensible in a kind of like corporate sizing and whatnot.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I maybe they should just not hire as many people to begin with and actually make better use of the talent they've actually got there, instead of trying to bite off more than they could chew, because that happens a lot in the industry.
Start your own thing, get a grant. A lot of people are actually giving grants to developers for gaming. So
that's how some of these studios have came about. Look at the guys behind Expedition 33.
Yeah,
some of them came from Ubisoft before. How to Build a Rocket Boy is another smaller game studio, which are based in Edinburgh and Budapest, I want to say. I know that because I used to date a lass from Build a Rocket Boy. That's two studios in Edinburgh, actually. Not bad. Or as Americans would say, Budapest. But I say Budapest.
That's Sean Connery, isn't it?
Budapest. So yeah, I'd like to see these little more studios coming about. And the guys behind, we just mentioned it earlier on, Grey, the little indie game that we love, Enshrouded.
Yes.
Another great example. So there's loads of them. Stop trying to just think about money and actually about your passion, and you're more likely to make a brilliant game. Right, anyway, so moving off to sad news here. Do any of you guys play any of the gaming handhelds even on occasion?
No.
Or No, I think
Kind
it's
of.
no for... Yeah? What do you play?
Well, not really. I have a little emulator kind of machine. It's like the size of a small Steam Deck, but I play emulated games, not...
Okay. Which you all own all the originals of course.
Of course,
definitely.
You know what? I actually do, because all I'm playing is Pokemon games, and I actually do own those.
Nice.
Fair enough. Who's actually trying to say?
I saw a Pokemon card game. What's it console? What's the cartridge in sex for 50 quid?
Look,
he needs CEX for those not outside. For those outside.
If purchasing isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing.
Yeah,
just putting that out there.
That's true.
That hurts my head.
That saying is going around a lot more now lately.
Yeah.
Well, understandable.
I'm not saying break the law, but
Is it really breaking the law?
The reason I bring it up is I actually don't play portable consoles myself, although I obviously get pre-order in for the Switch 2 because I like to
knew
play
that was
stocked.
coming.
Well, it's actually not a Switch 2 article, actually. It's a Xbox handheld.
So
you would know that if you looked at the notes, Mr. Matt.
I like to be surprised.
Trev talking about his Switch 2 is about as obvious as Gray talking about Assassin's Creed. I mean, we should just have sweepstakes every week.
We should.
Consoles will always have the love on this platform, maybe just slightly less than PCs, but 100%. I've got all the things, So I
love them all. I'm greedy.
I have a Switch.
Which apparently you don't play much because you would have said you did otherwise a moment ago.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I
he has a reputation.
I must be the only one that's still PC. I don't mess with consoles at all.
I think Xbox and PlayStation were wanting a piece of this handheld gaming pie and we've heard rumours of them bringing out handheld consoles for a little while now.
Yeah.
I believe Sony will bring something out an Xbox for the next generation console, whether it's an add-on or some kind of different SKU or something. The article I read recently, very recently, was Xbox handheld plans reportedly on standby, which kind of goes against what they actually said beforehand. I like to see more competition in the market. I probably wouldn't buy that console myself, to be honest with you, but I'd like to see it because competition is good and it keeps Nintendo on their toes so they just don't corner the market themselves. Take it with a pinch of salt, but it does come from Windows Central, who usually are pretty decent when it comes to anything kind of Windows, Microsoft News orientated. It says this won't affect third-party handhelds that have been made by Asus. So they done two different things. They were rumored to be making their own handheld themselves to come out either before or alongside their next generation console. And they were also planning to let other manufacturers put the label on, pretty much like Valve was doing at the moment with SteamOS. But there's rules attached that you can't just slap on the label and do what the hell you want. There's certain rules and things you've got to follow before you can do that. So that kind of sucks because I was kind of looking forward to it. I mean, like, while I won't play this necessarily, I still love tech in general. That's why I watch all these videos about new things coming out. Even if I don't buy them, I still enjoy reading about them and watching videos because I'm a tech enthusiast like you guys are. And on this podcast, we do talk about tech to an extent, even if it's slightly related with gaming. The the reason for it, rumor be, that they've chosen Microsoft to instead focus you'll like this, Gray, improving the Windows 11 handheld gaming performance first and foremost.
Well,
So
it needs it.
yeah, Windows improving gaming in general, I think, but the handheld stuff is not good. It doesn't scale properly. It's the touch targets, the touch windows, because it has to be very touch orientated, are never great. It's been bad at it for the longest time. And let's not beat around the bush, it's lost very badly to SteamOS in that regard. As the SteamOS has absolutely knocked it out the park when it came to a really good. I mean, let's not count Nintendo's console because it's almost in a league of its own, its own separate little bloody pocket universe. SteamOS is absolutely running away with it. So it doesn't mean they've completely given up. I think they're just not looking at it as the same kind of priority as the once did. I hope they change their mind and something does come out later on. But yeah, for the moment, rumours are they've put that to the side. Although, who knows what happens at their next Xbox showcase, because that's going to happen on June the 8th. So for Gray, that'd be 1 p.m. his time and 6 p.m. our time. So if any new hardware rumours come about, they might come about then. So I love summer for all this stuff. All these gaming events go on, like directs and showcases and Summer Games Fest, and just a good time to be alive.
I like them, except when they come on, they go like, the game is going to come out in 2027. Like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't like
Yeah.
Don't tell me about it until worst case scenario 1 year, because otherwise I just don't give a damn. I'll lose interest.
Yeah, but like Terminator Salvations. I ain't saying nothing about that one.
Okay.
Freaking thing. Yeah.
The last thing I've got on my docket for this section, I think well, you'll find this interesting, but Tar, being a equally big hardware geek like me, might appreciate this and maybe not be surprised by it, or maybe is surprised by it, I don't know. The NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000, which is a professional grade graphics card, not a gaming card, just for those that don't know. But you all knew that on the panel anyway, didn't you? So
yeah, we talked about it last week.
We did, yeah, we did. So you all knew that it was a professional card, not a gaming card. It beats the RTX 5090 convincingly, right, on recent tests. Now, where to start with this one, man? So this one surprises me and doesn't surprise me. So in sheer horsepower, CUDA cores, clock speed, RAM, it's got more. So in theory, it should. However, you probably know that drivers are a massive part of what actually makes performance in any graphics card, professional or otherwise. And usually, in fact, not usually, these cards will not work with gaming drivers, Gray, for example. They'll only work with professional drivers. But nevertheless, with these professional drivers, it's still managing to smoke the competition. Now, to give you a rough idea, I love talking about stuff. I know it's geeky and it usually puts Gray to sleep, and I can already see his eyes start to glaze over and meet in the middle.
Glazing over
I'm
anything.
watching you, and you're on a tiny screen. I mean, I can see them going.
No, not doing that.
He's just
like it.
He needs a nap, okay? That's all
I
it
just
is.
like it to go fast. I don't care about the stats.
He's
Just make it
daydreaming
go
about
fast.
Baby Bell. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Wait, cheese wheels. He means cheese wheels. Yes, yes. Well, I know. Tara will appreciate this, and maybe Matt as well.
I want the 96 megabytes of VRAM. That'd be cool.
Well, you certainly do get that, Gray. Leveraging the same GB202 die based on the Blackware architecture, the RTX Pro 6000 is technically an upgraded RTX 5090. So remember some clue and hint in that. The GPU boasts 24,064 CUDA cores, roughly 10% higher than the 2176 cores on the RTX 5090. So yeah, you've got more RT cores, more tensor cores, and ROPs on the card, allowing the 6000 to unlock the full thing. So what I'm getting from this is, this card, they've actually not made it that different from the 5090, whereas in previous pro versus gaming high-end cards, there's usually been more differences there. Listen, I'll put this question to you then, Tart, right? If this is the 5090 is supposed to be the top gaming card that's supposed to be the full, utilising the full die, right? Then why the hell is a professional card that's for a separate thing altogether comes along and now supposedly unlocks the full GB202 die? Are we being sold down the river as gamers?
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah, it's Nvidia. We're being sold down the river, and they're they're bending us over while they do it. In previous generations, you've always had the consumer cards, the prosumer cards, so things like the Titans, right?
Yeah, I remember those.
And then the professional cards, and the Titan has always been like this pro version what is now, right? Which is, it's essentially the gaming card but massively supercharged with loads more RAM and blah blah blah, right? Yeah. But they've basically done away with that now, and I think what they're doing is they're just kind of like what's the word when they're just consolidating? They're just consolidating to try and make things, their supply chain and their manufacturing process as simple and easy as possible. It's essentially the same thing. It is a 5090. That's it. It's just got tons of VRAM on it.
It's like a 5090 Ti unofficially, whereas in the past it was more of a pro card, wasn't it? They've got their own professional drivers, but it doesn't seem to make any bloody difference.
Yeah, but previously the professional cards were quite different in architecture to the consumer cards, right? Yeah. So the professional drivers would only work on those cards because they were really different. Now they're just not different. They're essentially the same card. So you could probably even run GeForce drivers on that pro card and it would work just fine. If it was like
comes up with the option to. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't. You have to do it yourself and know what you're doing.
But think about this, guys, right? This is the thing you really have to think about, is that if it's the same card and it's just got more RAM, and RAM is cheap as chips, right? Even VRAM. Yeah. Why is the 5090 $2,000 and why is the professional card $10,000?
It's because they want big companies to buy that professional thing for their design artwork and.
It's because they can.
Sure, but it's the same product.
It is, yeah.
It's the same product with about 200 extra quid's worth of, or dollars, $200 extra worth of VRAM on top, and that's it.
It's because they can, boys. It's generally that brutally simple. For the audio listeners, I just brought up a quick chart for the boys just to give them actual comparison. A picture's worth 1,000 words a lot of the time.
That's the size of mine up at the top.
Not when you're listening to radio, you're not.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I describe it. If you give me the chance to finish my
Big
sentence,
long
Mr.
line.
Yeah, so the RTX Pro 6000 is, I mean, for starters, it shouldn't be called an RTX if it's a Pro, if it's the professional card, because there used to be, like Tarl said in the day, very different naming conventions. You got the Quadro cards back in the day. So yeah, it's 13% faster than a 5090. That is really, that's noticeable difference. That is actually pretty impressive. And 11%.
And you only got to pay
1%
$8,000 more for it. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
That's
The
ridiculous.
value proposition is off the chart, guys.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, listen, if you had unlimited money, like it's something you go for.
That's like $1,000 per frame. That's crazy value.
To give you a little idea, they obviously run some tests. So 3D Mark Time Spy, which is a very popular GPU test, that actually does 176 FPS compared to 156, to give you an idea. That's very, very impressive. Now, the power difference remains the same at around 11%. So I found that interesting. Found that very interesting. But
Because it's the same card.
yeah, more VRAM obviously
It's just more VRAM. Yeah.
doesn't
That's
usually take more power. So yeah, I found that pretty interesting as well. Is there anything else decent here? Yeah, they just run more tests, more
so
grasp. I
Charles,
won't
you're
go
pretty
through them
handy.
all.
Let's get a 5090. You go in there and solder on some more VRAM chips, and then we'll
Yeah.
sell it for $10,000. Yeah,
Well, no, we'll have to undercut them, so we'll sell it for what, 9,000?
yeah, $9,999.
Still good money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Minus the
So there
tax.
you go.
Yeah.
Let's do it, boys.
10 grand is the boys have just said there, and it was something like 8,000 something in the UK, and 96. I mean, Jesus Christ, 96 gig. Wow. I mean, what's the
He's
highest we've
gone
got
to
at the
get one.
moment? What's the highest? 32 in the
Uh,
5090.
Consumer land, yeah.
Is it 32?
Yeah.
Yeah, 32 in the 5090. Yeah,
The
and then you got
5090
like
is
half
okay,
that.
yeah, 5090.
So yeah,
Wow.
I found that I had to bring that up because I absolutely cracked. See, in the past when these professional cards were stupidly priced, I wasn't so sad because they were designed for professionals. They were
When they
bought
were.
by employers most of the time, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they weren't designed for games. So if you tried to game them, usually, Tarl, you usually got worse FPS. Not by a
way
huge
worse.
amount,
Yeah.
but
No,
you know,
they were way worse.
okay, subjective, I guess, depending what game you're playing, but essentially, you're not running good drivers at all. So that's
No.
half the battle, at least.
Yeah. Did we
Um,
have somebody in our community that used to play on their professional card rather than a?
Well, I
Gaming
used to
card.
play in a Quadro on a laptop. I remember
Did you?
that because I
Yeah.
used to have NVIDIA Quadro chips built into it. I mean, I used to work for an engineering company, and they just handed out laptops with NVIDIA Quadro on it because they're all like CAD designers and shit. So
Yeah, we got some of those machines. The card hasn't changed one bit.
yeah,
I just-
they
the same
still
bloody
make
cards.
Quadro cards, I believe.
They
so.
do, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But those
So-
are still the proper professional
professional.
ones. So
So
you
what's the
won't
point in this
be playing
Pro
games on
then?
it.
It's just another thing. Like, just call it a bloody TI and stop being greedy and charge less.
It's just another
It's
way to
because
make a
they're trying
lot more money.
One of
Yeah,
the
yeah, exactly.
Devastator.
Because they know that they can sell it to the AI people and charge through the through the nose for it, and they'll pay it because it's the only card in existence that they can get that has that much VRAM.
So you answered my question essentially, Tarl. Who was this aimed at then? It's the AI card, isn't it?
Oh, it's AI for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
but
Yeah,
it's not your data center AI people. It's your kind of small business. It's your home hobbyists or
Because they
your
have a server rack if it's a bloody
Oh,
massive
yeah,
business. Yeah.
So yeah, you can get a whole NVIDIA server rack which has something like I want to say 30 or 40 professional server cards inside it, as well as tons and tons of compute and everything in it, and it costs like I don't know £500,000 or whatever. But yeah, so this is very firmly for the AI people that want to run their own LLMs or whatever, and they'll pay it because they can do three
You
times
can
faster
afford it.
work than they can on the 5090 because of the VRAM. It's all about the VRAM when it comes to AI.
Oh, the 8K wouldn't be a problem when it came to that, man. I'm telling you, that's what you need your VRAM for a lot of the time. 8K would be so easy. Anyway, right.
it just makes me wonder how are Nvidia going to attempt to F us in the A next. That's what I wonder when I see products like this, and I see products like the 5060 and the 5060 Ti. What's next? I wouldn't be surprised if it was just incredibly wild, and everyone was just like, "Oh yes, it's normal Nvidia."
It'd be a Pro 6000 Ti. That'll be 15 grand. Yeah, there you go.
And
And
there'll
I'll
be
have 124 gigabytes of VRAM. Just cross.
there'll be a Pro
Anyway,
6000 Super. Of course, that
that's
has
all
to
the
come
tech
out.
news from me, Mr. Grey Gamer 25.
All
Oh
right.
no, I just saw your name. Grey Gamer Pro 6000. Oh my god.
I had it there for a while and didn't even notice. Have you noticed
No,
I changed
again,
yours?
to go
It's
back to a
not-
point I made a moment ago, I'm on a laptop, and if I'm looking at an article, you guys go small screen on the right-hand side. Remember,
I changed
Riverside?
yours too, Matt. Did you notice yours, Matt?
Yeah, that's why I said power to the knob.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now I'm back in the main screen. Now I see Big Knob 6000, for fuck's sake.
Gotta keep it fresh, man. Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
No, you got it wrong, Gray. It's this. It's the...
RTX knob 6000.
No. It's,
Little
it's,
knob.
Yeah.
6.
Exactly.
it's that, Gray.
Oh, yeah, okay. There you go.
The BFG, baby. If you know, you
That's
know.
what they should have named that card instead of RTX. Should have been BFG Pro 6000. Anyway, a quickie thing on the mod corner. Yes, there still is a mod corner from time to time. So I wanted to bring up a little thing I read that pertains more to consoles, which is interesting. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, we've heard all about it. It's been celebrating its 10th anniversary. And apparently to mark the occasion, CD Projekt Red has now said that they are going to be doing cross-platform mod support for consoles.
Oh, wow.
So for consoles, that's a big deal because PC, we've been having mods for, since Wild Hunt came out 10
How
years
do you
ago.
mod on a console, Gray?
Pardon?
How do you mod on a console?
I don't know exactly, but I do know that the service is done
You have
by
to
mod.
solder it and stuff and put chips on it.
No, you
Soldered
know,
new chips.
And curry sauce.
there's a company or an entity called mod.io, and if you go to them, they have the software that's needed to be loaded, I guess, onto the onto your console. However, the only thing that I will say is that yes, it's going to be there, but it's not going to have as many mods as PC has. But at least there'll be something there. They say that many will be available, but not all. Due to just the fact that there's a lot of guidelines and stuff like that, and not every PC mod will definitely be available on console. But still, it's a big deal because console people have been screaming that they want to take advantage of all these interesting mods and they can't. So now they'll be able to for Witcher 3. So if you do have a console out there, take a look at the mod.io and see what's going on with that, and you might want to give it a shot.
Probably a
Side
lot
note,
easier than using a USB.
Pardon?
But definitely a bit easier than using a USB to put lazy mods on.
Yep. In other news, just because I thought it was interesting, Witcher 3 has now surpassed 60 million copies sold. 60 million. They figure out the generated income in USD dollars revenue on the game is $640 million.
Wow. And it was on sale recently as well.
And it's still selling. That's the funny thing. It's 60 million copies and still going, which is crazy. So that's wonderful. So anyway, just wanted to bring that one up. That's it for the mod corner. We're gonna circle around back to game news, and Trev's got a bunch of stuff to talk about. So go ahead, Mr. Trev.
I really do.
Your shirt changed. What happened?
Superman. Phone booth was
Yeah.
involved.
Look
They
at
get
all
some
the
change from the little
Look at all the
slot.
people that aren't paying us on the show with all the logos on his shirt. We're not getting any residuals.
These are our
yourself,
future
they're paying me.
sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah. I got my Red Bull check for 10 million last week. So, yeah.
Yeah.
At
And
least-
that's
at
mostly
least
for
you should
therapy
put the
for
EGP
afterwards.
logo in the center.
Yeah. Post podcast therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This t-shirt was a gift. This was a gift, I'll have you know.
Yeah. Did they not like you?
It was a gift. Wink,
No,
wink.
I love this. It's smart. It's a Formula One top.
Yeah.
I always thought Formula One tops were cool.
They are
Don't know
cool.
why.
They are cool. No, nice. They got that nice
and,
material.
And it's Red Bull predominantly. I think it's Red Bull. Yeah, it's Red
Yeah.
Bull Racing.
And
Red
Melville
Bull
London
gives
still.
you wins. It also gives you the shits if you have too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
What's BYB it?
Yeah, that's why we call keeping
Go on.
a trail
Bring your
bits.
Bring your
bits.
own knob. I mean,
Yeah.
bring your.
No, that's a K, mate. Great.
Oh, yeah,
No,
that's
that
right.
doesn't work. That doesn't work. Anywho, did anyone play Cyberpunk 1 and or enjoy it? Out of you boys?
Sort of.
Yes, sir.
Good. Gray?
I can't pass judgment. When it first came out, it was horrible. So that's
It
the
was
last time I
terrible.
played it.
Yeah.
That's the last
I
time played
waited
it.
until about 3 months ago to buy it and play it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Wow.
I like it.
I think I missed quite a lot of certain things with the characters there. But I played it probably the same time as Gray did, and it was playable because they did put a patch to fix some issues, but they still had a lot of crap going on.
But did you go back to it? Because
No.
it's a different game now. It's
Neither have
a
I.
different game, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
right, that's
"Yeah,
what I
I
heard.
can't be asked.
It's-
I heard the
went back to
DLC.
Mad Max
I heard
instead.
the DLC's great.
Yeah,
They've done a lot of work on it.
yeah.
It-
It's like what was that game? No Man's Sky, right? Came out an absolute
Yeah.
mess, but they
And
just
it's
kept
still
on
fucking shit.
working away, and it's a great game now.
Except for the mods. The mods are fucking
Well,
fantastic.
Carl, that's a bit of an unfair comparison because No Man's Sky came out
Still shit,
with
yeah.
some of the features it said it didn't come out with some of the features it said it would,
Yeah.
like true
They lied
multiplayer.
about it for
It
sure.
didn't
Yeah.
come out.
Extra
It wasn't really broken
free.
when it came out. It's just some things didn't come out.
At all.
Yeah.
So people get pissed off with them. But at
Yeah.
least Cyberpunk, it did come out a mess. And in consoles,
Yeah,
I mean, at least in PC,
it was
you
just
could
buggy, wasn't it?
yeah, but in PC you could brute force your way through some of that if you had a good enough machine. On consoles, it was an absolute joke. You were getting like 480p assets or less. You know, it
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
I saw some of the videos as well on the AI on consoles, on like the last gen consoles. So I guess that's PS4. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Like there was just things bugging out all over the place. Oh, horrendous,
Bugging out.
unplayable mess.
And like low, just basically like 480p or less on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It didn't look great. They took it back and actually done a lot of work on it. And to be fair, they've polished it and polished it and polished it, and it is so much better now. I only played it a little bit at the start, and then because the problems I stopped. I have bought the DLC because I got it for a good price. I wanted to literally just pay it all at the same time when it does come up when I've got time for it. He says, because that could be any time really. It's short of time, too many games to play. But CD Projekt Red, the makers of The Witcher, have confirmed officially that Cyberpunk 2077 Part 2 or Game 2 or whatever the hell they're going to call it is now in the pre-production stage. So it's official. It was known as Project Orion, and it's their North American arm with studios in Boston and Vancouver that will be predominantly working on this. That is good to hear because I think they've learnt their lessons from the first game. They'll use the engine and a lot of the assets and stuff again. And while it's had its problems and they're fixed now, it is a very good benchmark game now. It is always on the big guys on YouTube, your J2 Cent, your Gamers Nexus. That is a staple choice for them to test because it is a beast. It will make
It's
your
still
machine cry.
like it's still the best game to showcase
Ray tracing.
ray tracing. Thanks. Yeah, I completely forgot that one.
Maybe
more Crisis?
maybe Doom. Doom would maybe
Yeah.
argue with you there. Doom has literally got it baked in now, mate. The Dark Ages. So
I doubt it.
Nah.
I doubt it because I think Cyberpunk was really, really like revolutionary for fuck. I just forgot the name again, and I just swore. Sorry.
the
Sorry.
odd swear
Ray
word,
tracing.
if it's
Ray tracing.
in great
Yeah.
context, is totally acceptable. Yeah, no, I think the difference. Your point's valid, Tarl. I think the difference was. Back then, when Cyberpunk came out, it was a bit of a mess, and it was a beast to run, and it was one of the first big games to actually bring beautiful ray tracing out. The thing is, it wasn't baked into the actual engine, whereas now Doom, the Dark Ages, literally, as Gray knows, has it built into. They literally build an engine, an iteration of their engine for every game. That's how dedicated they are. They've
That's
baked
pretty
ray
cool.
tracing into it, so you'll look at it and go, "Oh, it looks pretty easy to run ray tracing." That doesn't mean it's easy. It just means they've literally made it so efficient and customized to their engine that it's easier for their engine to actually do ray tracing. Plus, it's a newer game. Like, it's an unfair comparison that maybe Cyberpunk 2 or whatever it's going to be called will have it baked in to their engine. I don't know, but nevertheless, it's a stunning game, and I'm excited to see them bring it back because it was a refreshing take on the dystopian future theme. Their expansion, Phantom Liberty, alone, just the expansion, has sold more than 10 million copies. That's very impressive.
It's big.
And they are releasing Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition on the Switch 2 when it comes out, which will contain Phantom Liberty. We saw videos of it. It looks okay. I think it's like I think it's upscaled to 4K with the DLSS and it's 30 FPS. So I've really done playing games at 30 FPS, boys. So that's a no for
Oh, God,
me.
no.
Yeah.
I just hope they give him time to bake it in the oven, and because when you think about how good of a game it is now, imagine if it had released in that great condition, right? There was the amount of people that got refunds when Cyberpunk first came out was massive, and if they just released it as it is now, it could have been one of the biggest games ever, I think. So I really hope they give them time. Who publishes it? Because that's probably who was pressuring them to release it, right? I can't remember.
It's themselves, I believe. Because CD Projekt Red are they run the GOG store, GOG. That's theirs. So they just publish it themselves. They are a publisher and a developer, I believe. Okay.
They probably have finances though, I guess, because I remember reading a lot about them being pushed by whoever the money men were to release it early.
Maybe other backers behind them I'm unaware of, but yeah, no, they kind of do all in one there. Was it? I'm trying to think. Yeah, so we don't know much about the new game. Obviously, it's pre-production. They haven't specified the new location of it, but they have started working on it. So yeah, good to know. We get more information. Of course, we'll spread the love. Moving on from that, you thought you could get away with no Switch 2 news. Too late. You got some Switch 2 news.
I was tempted to
the console
delete
is even out.
That.
Wait till next week. Then you're absolutely screwed.
Do you have any Switch 2 stories, Trev?
Yes, I do. I'm glad you asked, Ray. The floodgates have opened.
It doesn't matter.
The Switch 2 is getting shared about online like Matt does on a Friday night round the bar.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Matt?
I'm a quick one to get around.
I'm not really surprised. I saw a picture online of, it must have been Walmart or something like that, with the trolleys, the carts, with Switch 2 boxes just stacked high. And if that had been in Asda back in the day for the UK boys, and that was a big game console launch like that, I would have probably had my P45 by now and let go, because it's a massive, massive no-no that. But they're all sitting out in the wilderness, so everyone started doing setup videos and early peak review videos and stuff like that. And they're getting taken down left, right, and centre by Nintendo. They even threw in a sneaky, you have to update the software to play this Switch 2 console. Did they do that on purpose? I think they did, although they deny it and say, no, it's just something you need to do. But
Trev, when's it actually out? What day?
Friday, 4, 5, 6. Or is it Thursday? No, it's the 5th. When's the 5th?
Yeah, the 5th.
Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday,
yeah.
At the time you're hearing this, it will be out.
Yeah, so next week I said to the boys, I'll probably do an unboxing or reviewing or something of it. Like, I'll do something separate if I can. I never done it for the PlayStation Pro. I'm sorry about that. I got a bit lazy. Didn't do it.
Trev, can you do it ASMR and naked?
And lick it.
I can do the naked bit, but I don't have the shitty mic that Matt does for the AMSR thing where you can hear everything.
You don't need a crappy mic. You need more than one. Stop that, Matt. Stop that. You need more than one mic. You need one mic on each side, so you can go.
He's very
What
good at
the
that.
hell? You just get covered up there by a E logo. That's ironic, right? Because it looked like from the side you were doing something inappropriate, and I have you in mini window, and
Yeah.
above where you were doing the naughty gesture, the
What
E
he does with
logo
his
just above.
OnlyFans.
The E logo appeared above your face as if to censor you out for being a rude, dirty old man.
He's
But
licking
yeah,
those E's. Yeah.
look at those. Yeah, I'm not really surprised by this at all. This is the problem with something that's going to be in shops right now, getting released very, very shortly. There's nothing you can do about it. I am excited for this because I have next week booked off of work. I plan to play Tears of the Kingdom, which I never finished, on the upgraded mode because it's got an upgraded version. It's not
Trev,
4K.
you
I'm
getting the
pissed
Switch
off
too?
with this. Yeah, do you want me to tell you about it?
Of course he is.
Yeah, brilliant.
From the
Could you?
start. From
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah.
Wait,
So if I walks into the store-
Wait, I just found out that you're getting the Switch too. I mean, no, I'm kidding.
Really? I can tell you about it. From the very start. From the very, very start. The funny thing is, right, because I'm in London, England, I thought I might actually try and go to a midnight
Lunch.
opening or something and just go into work next day like tired, because screw them. But nowhere's doing it. There was actually a couple of stores where I stay that are doing midnight openings in Edinburgh, and I'm gutted I'm not there because, like, Smith's, the toy shop, are doing it in Edinburgh, but not London. And if you turn up at 11 o'clock, you get like a Nintendo free goodie bag, and you get to buy a console in person.
Yeah,
I
you'll
thought
get
that would have
rated
been
over
cool.
here. Yeah.
But you
do
can't do
anything
it
like
here.
that.
All I can do is go to Curry's, Matt, and I have to have pre-ordered one to get it at midnight.
Yeah.
So screw them. But yeah, moving on to a piece of news which we just taking a piss out with me of Nintendo news and Switch 2 news. Well, Tarl, Half-Life 3 news, that may as well be your
Give it to me,
bag,
baby.
you know
Come
what
on.
I'm saying.
I want to hear it.
Cancelled.
Do you want it injected? do you want it injected or anal inserted or like bite-sized
I'll take it
chunks?
anyway.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
both at
Right,
the same
right.
time.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Right, got you. Well, no, it's not bad news. It's good news. The rumors are, and again, Rumorville, because people they said that this game's coming out. It's official. No, we didn't. HLX, codename, may be close to the end of development. May be very close to the end of development as of May 30th. For reading this article. Now we know this from several. I mean, look at Tar. Let's put your hands where we can see them, man. You get way too excited and your eyes are bulging out your nose. Oh, God. I
Dude,
touch
come on.
myself.
It's the breathing
I want
that
you
does
to
it.
know.
This could be the biggest gaming event ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
great. It would be bigger than Doom, as much as I hate to admit it, because Doom comes out regular every 5 years. Half-Life doesn't, so Half-Life will blow it out the water.
When did
I'm not
Half-Life
even
2
sad
come out?
about it.
What year? It's
I don't know.
25 years, right? 25 years?
At least.
No.
It's been a while. It's
23.
been ages.
it's been
Well,
very
let's
long.
find out. No. Half-Life
2 release date.
Release date, right. Oh, wow. Okay, 16th November 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you go.
Jesus.
20 years.
21 years.
21.
That is impressive. Yeah, okay. Wow. The reason this is coming about is several people are leaking it online. We're seeing more and more nuggets of information popping up online, little snippets there. It's been in various podcasts as well. The rumours are still that we will get an announcement this year
Of an
at some
announcement.
point. Announcement for announcement.
Yep.
Could
There'll
be.
be an announcement of an announcement before they announce the
Pre-announcement.
announcement.
Is that like when they did the teaser of what was it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was
There'll be
Superman
an
or what.
announcement of the teaser, and then the teaser of the announcement, and then the announcement of the game, and then a teaser for the announcement of the game.
Okay. I'll
Before
go
the
with
teaser
that.
game announcements.
By the time
Yeah.
it actually comes out, no one will care.
Yeah.
I okay, right. Say they do announce it. I believe this one. I can only speak for me. I can't speak for you boys. I generally believe they are working on Half-Life 3. They were never in a rush to make it, just like the Last of Us series. They're never pushed to make it. There'll be a Last of Us Part 3 at some point when they've got a good enough story and they want to do it. They're not being pressured into doing it. And with Valve being a totally private company and their own bosses, they'll do this whenever the hell they want. And it will be excellent because they haven't been pressured into making it. They've had their time to make it. They've got a great engine, to be fair. The Source engine was groundbreaking when it came out. So do you imagine what Source Engine 3 is, or whatever it's going to be called? That'll be phenomenal. It'll look stunning. And we'll get to see what that sneaky G-Man is up to. So yeah, that's a little nugget of information there. The last thing is I'm excited about this one. I love the franchise. Resident Evil 9. Sorry, I should say Resident Evil 9, because it usually comes on like funny at the start, doesn't it? Has a good chance of being revealed during the Summer Game Fest. Rumor, but strong rumor. The last one was Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village. I genuinely love these games, boys. The puzzles are not too hard for me because I'm a dum-dum. That's why I don't like Tomb Raider, because too many puzzles. Coco, shut up! I like winding her up. I love Resident Evil 9. I love the last one. I haven't played every single one, but I played every single one probably since 6 onwards, and I played the remake of 4, dabbled in some of the earlier games where you pressed forwards and you actually went backwards with the PlayStation remote. It was remote control. It was nuts. I hated that little control mechanism. Your thoughts, boys, on Resident Evil? Are we fans? Do we love it? Or are we going to try this out if it comes out?
Loving it. Yeah, as long as they bring giant women back in, yeah, I'll be up for it.
Giant woman.
Yeah. They had that in the village, didn't they? Did the big woman with the hat and the spanky tits.
The big heifer.
Yeah.
The
I'm a
big
fan.
heifer.
I called her mummy for years.
Did you say spanky tits?
Yeah.
I'm in. I am in.
Yeah. Don't need no lube with that, I tell you.
That's it.
Wait,
That's all I need, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm not a real Resident Evil. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. Well, I'm not really a fan like you guys might be. But I do like watching the mods that they do for it.
Oh, they do some mad mods.
I know why you
They
don't
have a lot
play.
of those.
I know why you don't play Grey. It's the same reason you don't play your VR headset, because you're a big shite bag and you're scared.
Nah. I played Alien Isolation, Trev.
Dude,
What are you talking
I could only play
Oh,
about
we're
an
doing
hour of
bridge
it in
thing, aren't we,
isolation.
today?
I shit my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
I did.
Well,
I
now
still
there's
play
Zoom.
on.
Matt,
next
it's
week?
next week.
Oh, it is,
It's
'cause
next
you're not
week,
there. Yeah, that was it.
And not everyone has a. Well, you have a VR headset. Grey, have you downloaded Star Trek Bridge Crew?
No, I have it on regular PC, not the
You need a second VR headset to play it, my man. So
That's
regular
next week,
PC.
right? Not this
Yeah,
week.
next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to
Okay.
figure that
I was
out.
getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
You up for it, Tom?
Yeah. Can we do it this week?
We can test it out this week.
Yeah,
if you're
I
making-
guess. But then I can't play, and screw you guys. I'm going home.
Oh no, of course not.
On the
No, sorry.
weekend?
Okay.
No?
No, you're
When
away.
you're not coming
Yeah,
home.
no.
When you're not coming
Or
home.
you could test it out and let me know how it goes. That's
No,
an
no,
option.
no. We'll wait till
We'll wait
we're
for
here.
you. Yeah.
Because I'm actually free tonight. I can game. No movie night.
Did Frank cancel on
Yeah.
you?
Now the only
Yeah,
problem
he
is there's
did.
no game we're
Yeah.
playing.
What?
that
No.
game.
I know he is
Frank,
a massive
Frank, you
knob.
are a selfish knob, right? If you listen to the podcast,
Yeah.
how dare you do that to Tar?
Anyway. I'm
Unless you
heartbroken.
subscribe to us, and then you're fine.
Ah, yeah, it's true. And level
Then
3
we'll
Twitch
let
sub.
it. Yeah.
We don't even stream in Twitch anymore. That's
I know.
yeah. So the Resident Evil 9 probably going to get announced, and they will. Capcom are working on regular staple games franchises like Resident Evil, like the Monster games, doing the remasters as well. So I think if they announce it this summer, do I think it'll come out by the end of the year? I mean, it's possible they might come out with a cheeky like November Christmas release, because they tend to not announce it like a year in advance. They usually are like less than a year. So I would potentially get that, like paid top dollar for that, because I generally love the game. Although I might get it for the PlayStation so I can then sell the disc on again when I'm finished.
What do
Yeah,
you think top
physical
dollar will
media.
be? $100?
No, I think it'll be $80 like most of the rest of the games are now. So not many games will go above 80, if any, actually. But anyway. So yeah, very excited about that. No clues about what it's going to be about, but that's fine. I like surprises and excitements. And that is me, Mr. Grey Gamer.
Okie doke. Then I guess we're going to move on to the next thing. And we
Yeah.
have some hardware tech news from Matt. Matt says there's some new cases coming.
There's new cases because we don't get enough new cases. They're all the samey nonsense, blah 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 blah, and all that.
I love cases.
I'm glad you're talking about this, Matt, because I was watching videos of Computex about Overclockers UK and all the funky cases. I love them, so thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are pretty good. Right, so the first one we have is the innovative PC case with next level cooling from Cougar.
Can you do some pictures, Matt?
I am. I've
Can
got
you
one
flash
here
up the
ready
pictures?
for you, funny enough.
Oh,
I'm just trying to do
amazing.
me thingy, but it's gone. Oh no, there it is.
I like a Cougar myself. I do like a Cougar. Giggity.
I bet you do.
Screen.
You're such a dirty pervert.
Which one is it? This one here. Let's do that.
Do you think Matt's done this before? You
No.
would think.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
I think so.
SOB.
Yeah, so here's the innovative one.
CFE because of the central floating
Yeah.
ventilation.
Let me just do
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
Let me just do that.
Oh,
So-
great. It's nice and smooth now. It's not stuttery. The video.
No,
No,
maybe.
it's not too bad.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
I
So
like
this
that.
one, the Cougar CFV235, and they do another one, which is the mesh version, which is next evolution of Airflow refined, and it's all under $100 for this one. Showing there.
Wow, that looks nice for $100,
That's
man.
beautiful. Yeah, so cutting edge PC cases here, designed to push the airflow efficiency to newer heights with a floating ventilation system, so it keeps everything separated. As you see him there, it's got covers everywhere. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Wait,
That's 180. That's
those
180 mil
fans are
fans there, I
powering
think.
I was going to say,
fans
those
are
fans are
themselves.
spinning around.
Yeah, they come apart, the magnetic sort of thing, so there's no cabling with them at all.
Oh, wow.
I like
That's
that.
the central
That's
floating
cool.
ventilation. The cases incorporate open space between the PSU and the main chamber as well,
Nice.
which is
What
a
are they called?
gorgeous thing.
Cougar?
Cougar, yes, yeah.
I've never heard
never
of
heard of
them.
these before, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so
I think,
Cougar
all
is
I think all pieces should be magnetic like that. So you
Fantex,
kinda like,
yeah,
and your PC's done.
absolutely. I mean, this is beautiful. I saw that and I couldn't believe that was like under $100 there. I was like, no way. So yeah, it's what was else? Yeah, they have the mesh version as well, which gives it a 3-in-1 front panel that we saw there. That's modulated. Dust filters included, RGB fans with their. It just looks gorgeous. I don't know what to say about it. Other
It
than
looks
it's beautiful.
really nice for less than $100. That's
Yeah.
like the sub $100 category for cases at the moment is a bit shit. It's
Yes.
like it's full of cases that aren't that great and they're very flimsy and crappy looking. That looks like a $150 case.
The only
I say that
problem
looks
is it's
really
not
nice.
going to fit my godlike, so yeah.
Will it not? I'd send that
Not
back.
big enough.
Yeah.
By the way, my case is coming in tomorrow.
Is it coming tomorrow? Oh, nice. So the
And my
next
school
case
is coming in the day after that.
Yeah,
but
and
you
then
wish-
Gray
you're
will
gonna
be
wish
coming the
this.
day after that.
Yeah, see, you
And I
certainly will
think, I
be
think I'll be ready to get
coming
it
all over those fans. Yeah. Maybe is the other thing. Yeah. So here we go. This is from Cooler Master, the Master Frame 600. They also do a 400 version as well, but we're going to do 600 because it's better. So this one is a bit more expensive now. This was 250 euros, 212 for us in the UK, and 269, 270 for the dollars. For the dollars.
Look at this amazing
So hold on.
case from
Fuck, just press the damn button. There you go. Yeah. So this fully modulated open frame case built with a freeform 2.0 platform. All you see there with all the bits and bobs, you can move around, change what you like. Gorgeous. It's very flexible opening frame structure. Fine mesh panels, optimizing airflow, keeping it very sleek. You can move those screws to make bigger fans, smaller fans, whatever you want. You could do it on there. It's also got a GPU support bracket preventing sag as well with it. You don't have to buy it separately, so that's pretty good. It's got 4 layout options, including the standard, inverted, and reverse. So you can have your Mobo, whatever the heck you like it, to be honest.
Good.
It's gorgeous, it's spacious, and it's bringing things back to where it should be. You know, give it a little extra. Look at that.
I'm not sure that I'm fully convinced on these modular cases yet. I think they're a bit gimmicky, but this one does look pretty nice.
It is nice. It is nice. Not as nice as the other one, though. The one that's coming up, I think, is my favorite one.
I mean, Guys, how many of you, once you've got your PC in place, how many of you will say, oh, you know what? I think I fancy having my PC case in a different configuration. I'm just going to rip out all of the components and change it to the other configuration.
But
Like, no way.
Tar, at the end of this, I will show you guys something about different configurations easily in one go. But I'll let Matt do his last case.
Yeah. So with these ones, the motherboard placement, you can screw the motherboard in and you can take it out. So you don't have to do the unscrewing and
That's
all
a great feature.
Which is awesome.
Oh, I know the one you're going to talk about. Oh, yes.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you? So now we're going to talk about the sexy, the one and only. The one that has fabric.
Fabric?
Interestingly. Yes. Yeah, this one's got fabric, LEDs.
Was that like a rug inside it or something?
Yeah, sexy rug and mug. Sort of kinkiness.
That's not what I thought it was.
Nope. So this is the Fantex Evolve X2 Matrix. Now this is $200, £120 for us lot, euros 140, give or take, depending on your Trump exercises. So there you go, customizable, LED matrix lighting with a fabric textured design. Now they have this one in white, which is very nice. I like it. And they also have a black one, but the black one doesn't really stand out as much, unfortunately. They should have changed the color there.
Because it's black.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's got the 900 LED matrix display located at the bottom panel down there. You can see going on. Customizable by the NextLink Q software. It's got soft touch fabric panels, and it's also got the three whatever you want to call it, screen there.
Glass.
That's the one.
Window things. Yeah.
Don't tell that to Jensen.
Yeah, traditional brushed metal there. High compatibility, supports modern motherboards with the advanced cable mechanism managements. There you go. It's beautiful. I like it.
Looks nice. Yeah.
Well,
Fantex makes some really nice cases.
I think the first one I saw was nicer because you can modernize
the
it.
weight. Yeah.
You can kind of choose what you want to do with it, rather than be stuck with what you want.
What I'll do really quickly, guys. We're talking about may as well compare.
Ooh.
So the boys know this, but stay still.
Rubbish. Yes,
I literally copied Gray. Well, not copied exactly. Like I'm not getting done out by someone in their late 60s, man. It's just not happening. Not on my watch, right? So I'm not letting this old man get away with it. So I'm going to try and match him. My case, I think, is cooler than Gray's case, but maybe he just likes the wood accent. I went for the Be Quiet Lightbox 900FX. It's a full tower, and the reason this is such a cool thing is, if you feckin' stay still, thank you, is these feet at the bottom, and I'll describe this for the audio folks, these feet at the bottom can be moved to the right-hand side or to the top. So you can have it in three different orientations, and these light strips go around three sides of the case for the same thing. So the light bar could be on the right, it could be on the left, or it could be at the bottom. And if it's at the bottom, it looks like, I don't know if there's a picture of it here, it looks more like an old retro PC, kind of. The old style where you had the monitor sitting on the top. Although I'm not putting a feckin' seat.
Amplifier, like a,
as well.
Yeah. One of those big hi-fi systems with the LP
as well.
players.
Yeah. I'll plug my electric guitar into it.
I wanted a full tower because, the reason being, great, I really didn't need a new case, but because I got the 9950 X3D because I want to try doing some like editing and production stuff myself, so and I want to match you, of course. I thought to myself, I want to be able to cool that well, and I have a 360 mil rad, which is fine, like that'll do the job. But I also have a 420 mil rad. Now, that was my mistake for assuming my 420 mil rad would fit in my mid-sized tower, which is big. It's like on the bigger size of a mid-range, but it doesn't fit in there. No, some of them do, Taro. Not many, to be fair.
A few.
Yeah, a few. It just depends on orientation, what's in there. Not many will pull it off. I didn't know that, and that was why I'm not the person that puts them together for a business, and Taro is. So I already opened it. Because I didn't get it from Amazon selling me, I couldn't really return it. So I just held on to it. And I'm thinking, I'm actually wanting to use this, so I'm actually just going to get a new case, put the 420 mil rad in there, and that'll be even more cooling. So I should be able to push it to, they're saying you can push the 9950 X3D to 5.9 gig up from 5.7. Listen, with a 420mm RAD, I'm going to try and get 6 gig. No promises, boys. We'll see. 64
That was
gig
the
of RAM
last
as
we
well.
heard of him.
Yeah, blew
Yeah.
up exactly. So I love these. It's all lit inside that these they're not 420mm fans inside, unfortunately, which is a
Are they the
sucks.
140s?
They are
Standard or
140. No, the 120
120?
is smaller, isn't it? So 140
Yeah.
is the big size ones that are usually on a 420mm RAD.
Yeah.
But no, I think they're smaller. But that's okay. That's fine. So yeah, I will stop sharing that. But yeah, I know the reason I bring it up is Gray's got some, as we said, he's got some nice shiny things coming as well. The only difference
Yeah.
between Gray and I is he's got the godlike board because he's a big
God.
silly Billy idiot.
Because he's godlike.
Yeah,
He's
he is the
godlike.
god.
And he
Grey
won't
Godder.
put, and he doesn't have a single PC. Oh no, he has one Gen PCI Express 5.0 that he is. That's why he's upgrading, boys and girls.
Yeah.
That's why he's upgrading. For those that listen in audio, he has problems with his machine and he keeps cutting out. This is why Grey Gamer is upgrading.
Exactly.
Grey doesn't have a single PCI Express Gen 5
Not
component for
Gen
his
5,
PC.
no. I have Gen 4.
DDR, he has DDR5 RAM, to be fair. But he doesn't have a single thing to make use of his bloody motherboard. So that's why we were taking the piss out of him. I'm like, you bought a board that nothing actually can get close to utilizing.
Everybody
Hey,
always
he's
tells
happy.
you you need to
That's what
future-proof.
matters.
I'm future-proofed.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not
be
like he plays
godlike
games
for
or
years.
anything.
I've never seen one in the flesh. Like so, I normally get normal size boards, Carl, just normal. But he's got is it an E?
E8TX. Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's
so.
just wider. It's just wider
Is it
than usual.
wider?
And longer. Yeah.
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 Oh,
And
Longer or
usually
wider?
what- That's
So you
usually
got the
what she
extra
said, so
PCI,
that
don't you?
works.
Oh, well, yeah, probably that as well. The reason I went for the Be Quiet box is because I have the MSI Project Zero, where all the ports and connections are at the back, because I'm an OCD freak and it has to be neat inside. So you don't see any cables in the front bar from one GPU power cable, and everything's at the back. And this case will take that. So that's why I decided to go ahead with that. So I can't wait. I'll build mine, whereas Gray's going to pay a schmuck to do his for him.
Yeah.
Right.
But
You can do it together
But-
like a how-to guide.
Oh,
Just to let you guys know, I've had hiccups for the last 3 to 4 minutes.
He has.
So I've had my mic on mute, but it's just it won't stop. It just won't stop. I don't know what to do.
I can see you
all
going.
of you had to drink so much before you come on the show. I mean,
you
come
need
on.
it scared out.
God.
You need a shock. You need a shock. So Gray will get his willy out. That should do the job.
I tell you what's a shock: spending 900 quid on a motherboard.
Yeah.
It wasn't 900 quid. It was a lot more than that.
I'm going back on mute.
No, it's what? How much was it? Dollars? 1,100 something. 12.
12.50.
Yeah, which is about £900. So he was right. Tar was right. It is
Yeah,
about 900 quid.
9.59. Yeah.
That is. Did you not look at that and go, "That's a shit ton of money for a motherboard"? Maybe I
Yeah,
should
but
check
when I
with
looked
the-
at all the things I
Maybe
had
I
on
should
it, I'm
check
like,
with
ooh,
one of my
Professionals.
one of my IT
Yeah.
professional colleagues. All of us work in IT. Maybe I should get their opinion. Now, just buy it because
Let's buy it. Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Just don't
I
put your
want
RAM
it.
upside down.
I want to do godlike, and here you go.
Yeah.
When I get the case and it's all
Anyhow.
built, the godlike board actually goes like that by itself. It's really, really neat.
It's serious. It's a seriously cool board. I wish I had one. Honestly, I really wish I had one.
Even if I had the
just
money,
could
I
not
wouldn't
spend
get
that
one.
much money.
You guys
Yeah.
got motherboard
Sorry.
envy.
Mark,
That's what it could be
that's
done.
clipped. That's clipped.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get piece of glass. Me done. That's me. Just sort of had to hijack down the mat section though. To be
Nice.
fair, so
Yeah, that was good.
I'll make sure I take a
with the
lot of
cases.
close-up pictures and send them to you.
yeah.
Do,
You
yes.
get some tech news, Mr. Gray. Go, 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 go.
I got some tech news. I'm gonna go. Don't rush me. I like to read very slowly. Yes, this is something that we have all talked about. So this is not new news to us.
Yeah, that's how.
But apparently,
always on
we
about.
even, in fact, actually, last week we said it. We said we mentioned that NVIDIA should just, come out and just say it. Give up on gaming. You don't need to be making GPUs anymore. So what's the headline in the article? NVIDIA reportedly plans to cut RTX 50 series GPU production. And we
Are you
said that was going
kidding?
to happen.
Get
and
one
now,
quick
now
before
it
they
is
go.
happening.
Are you actually
Why?
kidding?
No,
is gonna
no.
plummet.
Oh,
They should increase
my
production.
God.
They said that here. I love this one. Despite posting record revenues in its gaming segment, NVIDIA reportedly plans to cut
Oh.
the RTX 50 series. they
I'm so
plan to-
sorry.
Check this out, though. They plan to cut it 20 to 30%, not 5%, not 10%, up to 30%. They're going to cut on the production of it.
Grace, sorry to interrupt. It's essential, really important that we get Tarl's prolonged opinion on that.
Yeah, what do you think,
Yeah, I
Carl?
think so.
No,
What is the
no.
word of the
I'm
day?
I'm just going back on mute. Honestly, when I get hiccups, I get hiccups for hours.
You do know how to
It's
cure
just
it,
lucky-
right? You know how
It's
to
just
cure
lucky
it, right?
this didn't happen at the beginning of the pod. Honestly,
Wait. This is tangent time. You know how to get rid of it, right?
Hold your breath.
No, hold your
yeah,
breath.
Drink
That doesn't
cold
always
water,
work.
hold it in your mouth for ages, swallow it, then hold your breath, and then let go, and it's gone.
No.
It actually works.
I've been trying all my tricks
Tested
for
it.
the last.
You have to drink water,
Mhm.
preferably on a. You can use any cup you want, but
Or
fill it
alcohol.
up pretty much to the top. You have to drink water from the opposite side of the glass. Okay, so in
What?
other words, don't. I swear to God, I read this.
How does that work?
Yeah.
How?
It works.
What?
It works.
Yeah,
It does.
contortionist.
I
This
read
thing's
about
like-
this in an article, right? And I didn't understand what they were talking about. Then all of a sudden, I saw it, and I'm going like, yeah, that can't work. So I had hiccups bad one day, and I did it. Worked like a charm.
Can you describe
Ice
it
cold
visually,
water.
Gray?
This thing's the size of my head. I can't do that.
So if you have it, well, no, you use a cup with a wider mouth on top, right?
Yeah.
So instead of drinking it like this, where you tilt it back towards your mouth like normal humans, you basically drink from this side. So you have to kind of like dip your head down
And then
like
whoop up.
this and drink. It forces you to drink from the other side and moves your head. What happens is your head and your larynx and everything gets stretched the proper way. And when you swallow the water like that, it just kills the hiccups. It's amazing.
Well, I just tried it, so let's see if it works.
Yeah, well, you
Did you
just
do it on camera in front of us? Did I miss that?
I don't know what
literally
you
just
can
did
do
it.
it.
Mhm.
with a bottle like
Oh
that.
no!
It was either that or
Messed
the
up.
BJ. God knows.
I was giving myself a place.
Oh, you mean BJ wholesalers? Yeah, they're over here, right near my house, actually. But,
You get your water from there.
Other wholesalers do exist.
Yes.
Now, here's the next
conditions
line. I
apply.
love this one. Wait, guys, listen to this. If these claims are true, and of course it is clear that gaming is no longer a priority for NVIDIA. Really? Gaming is a
Oh,
growing segment
well
for
done, Sherlock.
NVIDIA, but AI chips are now NVIDIA's bread and butter. See that?
What's the percentage grade? 98% AI. 98.
Yep. NVIDIA has
There's a-
stopped being a gaming company. They're now an AI company with a gaming side hustle. I love that.
Yeah, sounds like it.
That's perfect.
They should
That's
they should just stop. Just stop doing it.
See,
they're on the way.
Computex, your crocodile killing wearing jacket man Jensen basically talked for 98% of the time about AI for his cards.
Of course.
And only was it 98% or 98 minutes? I think it was at
No,
98
it's
minutes.
98%. Yeah.
And then 2 minutes he spent talking about the RTX gaming cards. That's how little he's got interest in them.
Now the problem though with this and cutting back production 20 to 30% that unfortunately will be suffering says that's probably going to destabilize the world's supply of graphics cards, leading to higher prices, higher than they are now. I mean that's
Well, yeah, they're going to be artificially reducing the supply, and then just cranking the price up, probably double.
I would advise everybody out there that listens to our show is get a decent card if you don't already have one, and hold on to it and don't bother.
So
Just
do you
wait a
think
little
with
while.
that, the cards now, the 50 series that are already out, do you think those prices will start going up?
Oh no, they are.
Yeah.
They're going to
They're
go
gonna-
up. It's already
How
high
much?
as it is.
Yeah,
Now
it's
it's
high
going to go
already.
even higher, which means there's no reason to buy it.
And it will mean there'll be more scalping.
Yep.
And it's just going to be a disaster.
The only
I
good
don't
thing is
think-
your used cards will go up in price too.
But
So.
Boys,
Yeah.
I don't think Nvidia. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think Nvidia as such is going to increase their prices. They're just making less of them so they can focus on making more AI cards because they
course.
still sell their chips, AI or otherwise, to whoever will buy them regardless. So if there's less of them to buy, it'll be the board partners that will buy them up and charge us more for.
Yes,
So we
yeah,
will
that's
pay
what I
more.
mean. Yeah.
I don't think Nvidia will charge more as
No,
such.
third
Nvidia
party.
flat
Yeah.
out said that the
Everyone will
reason-
charge more.
Yeah.
The only reason they're cutting production is because they need the production for AI.
Mhm.
That's the reason they're doing it.
What will happen is Nvidia will say, right, we're cutting production 30%, so we're going to have to put our prices up because there's less of them. And then they'll say, yeah, but you cut your production by yourself. You did that. He goes, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Oh, we're going to charge you
Yeah,
more
it's
now.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, from a pure profit standpoint, them reducing the GPU by 20-30% is going to earn them about 10 times that much money on the other side. So they'll be, that's why they're doing it. Plain and simple.
It'll be a double win for them because they'll be able to sell more cards to the professional market, and then they'll be able to charge more for the consumer cards because there'll be less of them that exist.
The only thing I'm hoping happens is that AMD and maybe even Intel, are going to take the advantage and start putting out some even higher end or better cards at a good price. And
It'll
they'll
give
clean
them
up.
some room to grow on there as well.
Yeah,
So
they'll clean up. If they come out with a
Yeah.
good card, they'll clean up. This would be a great
Yeah,
price.
but my worry is that if Nvidia aren't going to compete in that market, then there's no competition in that market.
No, that's
And
not
then
true.
Nvidia-
Because you have Intel and AMD.
Yeah,
of
but
course,
Intel and
maybe
AMD will just come in and they'll just do what Nvidia are doing now, which is because if Nvidia left the market tomorrow, right, AMD would suddenly be essentially the major graphics card provider to the entire market.
yeah,
They'll just become
automatically.
Nvidia.
Yeah.
They'll just become Nvidia. They'll just do what Nvidia are doing.
It's possible. It's possible. I'm hoping maybe a third one's going to come up from somewhere.
Well, I
And,
tell you, pull the finger out and start providing competition in the high end because at best they go for bottom of the mid tier. So
Intel will get
nice.
there. I mean, it's Intel, right? I mean, they're
Unlike Gray.
humongous.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't buy any graphic cards from him.
I don't doubt that Intel won't become a player in that market. They definitely will become a player. It takes a long time. These are seriously complex bits of kit,
Well,
right? So
jump into the high end. If you come out brand new and can cover the bottom, mid, and high end
The mids?
GPUs, then you're going to be smashing it out of the park. But they didn't. They come in at like the beginner entry level and a couple at the mid level, and that's all we've really had so far. And they have the revenue and R&D budget target to bring out better
exactly.
cards.
And let's put it into perspective, guys. Intel, they're on their second generation. Second generation of graphics cards, and already the graphics cards are pretty okay. So next generation, they'll be pretty good. After that, they'll be really good. Then they'll be great, and then they'll be higher end, and they'll go up the tiers each generation, higher and higher and higher.
Here's what's going to happen. Intel is going to get real big in the GPU market. Forget making computer chips, and AMD will take care of that part.
Maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Win-win.
It'll be they'll work together.
Yeah.
I think Intel will sort themselves out on the CPU side because I think they've just had a wonky driver at the wheel, and they've been steered in the wrong direction. They'll come back. Give it 3 years, and I think they'll come back.
I think what's going to really happen, like I said before, is there will be eventually a almost totally AI based GPU that's going to come out, and it can be done really cheap.
100%.
And it may not be
it won't be
next
cheap.
year. It may be a couple of years or a few years, but it's coming.
Yeah, but it won't be cheap.
No, I don't. What I'm saying is it can be produced cheaply, but as far as what they're going to sell it for is another whole story.
Yeah.
We'll
expensively.
see. I also think that I don't know if this is going to happen, but if it does, and you have an AI-driven card that basically can be run with advanced software, you literally can have a card that you never have to replace. All you got to do is just sit there and change the software programming on it, so the card will get better and better by itself.
You mean a cloud card?
No. It would be everything would still be in the GPU, the
Downloadable
so-called AI
one.
GPU. But because you can do almost anything with AI, you can basically just keep reprogramming your GPU to be better and better for God knows how long.
If it's still a physical thing and it's got transistors, those transistors will break at some point.
No, I understand that, but there's transistors. Look, there's transistors that are still working now that are 30 years old, So there's no
Yeah.
reason why they can't make transistors last.
Yeah, sure, but that's because those transistors were made 30 years ago. Transistors made now are made to fail within 5 years.
Yeah, because they build in planned obsolescence. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everything from a refrigerator, dishwashers are all planned obsolescence. People
Yeah.
don't like to think that way, but it's true.
But the economy
that's-
would ground to a halt if they didn't.
But that's
Pardon?
my point. So you wouldn't be able to have something that lasts a long, long time, even if it is 95% software based.
Many, 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 many years ago, my parents would buy a refrigerator, or buy a dishwasher, or buy it. They always lasted 15 to 20 years, no problem. No problem.
Yep.
No.
And now it's like after 6 years or 7 years, that's it. And then you gotta go
Just
buy
after your
another one.
5-year warranty's finished.
Yeah.
5-year warranty. They don't even offer that anymore. Are you kidding?
Yeah, right.
Or if they do,
really?
they charge you another $500 for the 5-year
For
warranty.
extension. Yeah.
What
You know,
kind
or
of
whatever.
world do we live in, guys? Honestly,
It's been the same world forever. It's just that you hear about it more now.
that's
all.
true. That is
You
true.
know. Anyway, to keep on beating up on 5090s while we're at it,
Yes.
Trevor's favorite card, Zotac. It's
Yeah.
not Zotac's fault, by the way. But apparently some really good hackers were able to supposedly sell Zotac RTX 5090s at a micro center, except that when this person bought their card and opened it up, it had backpacks inside it, little backpacks.
Oh.
The weight was the
Nice.
same. It was sealed. It looked like it was definitely sealed from the company or whatever. Couldn't tell the difference. The guy didn't open it up. Obviously, he brought it home, and because he didn't think it was gonna be anything different. And it ends up being backpacks. And so they felt that that must have just been a one-off because somebody was clowning around and wanted the notoriety. No, they found 31 more boxes.
Wow.
31 with these backpacks inside it. So somebody
Were they
came up
good
with a way
backpacks?
to. I mean, you can imagine where the cards are and how many more they're not telling us about. So that means there's a whole bunch of these cards like out on the black market right now that they got by replacing with a bunch of these little backpacks. So I thought that was like okay, but definitely not
They
a
got a
one-off.
good deal because now they get a backpack and a GPU.
Hey, there
Yeah.
you go. You get both. It's even better.
Yeah.
They said
Carry
that
everything.
was a managers and employees saw the post at Zotac and they're like, "Oh my god!" And now they're searching to try to find out like who was responsible.
I guarantee you this will be at the distribution companies. So it won't be Micro Center and it won't be Zotac themselves, but it will be one of the distribution companies.
Distributors, Yeah.
They
Well,
are
one of the-
like
one-
the
one
Wild
of the
Wild
things-
West.
Sorry, Charles. One of the things that I thought was interesting in the article that isn't such a bad idea is that the guy that wrote the column said it's a good reminder to always record your unboxing when buying high value tech. You can always delete your video later, but if something goes wrong, it'll save you hassle. That's not a bad idea.
It's a good idea.
Oh.
Not a
What
bad
I do.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we do that with other things. Like if you, God forbid, you have a car accident, you want to take pictures of the damage, you're already pulling your phone out going click, 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 click before anybody gets there. So it's almost like the same thing. So, why not? Anywho's I thought that was interesting. So I guess we're going to roll right into the gaming quiz, the world's famous gaming quiz. Ironically, we do have a question in here, which is something we were talking about earlier. That would be Pokemon, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Are you poking?
So you ready, guys? Put the thing caps on.
I'll get the Pokemon game question, I promise you.
I've got a very, very bad Pokemon joke.
Oh.
And you want to say it first, or should we
Yeah.
wait?
Yeah, how do you get 100 Pikachu in a bus? You Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh,
You can
God.
put a tumbleweed sound effect in.
Can we
if you
kick him
want.
out?
We need to edit that out.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. The companies HP, Microsoft, and Apple were all started in a what?
Garbage can.
Garage.
Garage, yeah, definitely garage.
Are we all agreeing with this?
Apple were anyway, so.
Yeah, I've got to have to go for a garage. Yep, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I figured I'd give you an easy one. That's correct. They all started in a garage.
That's easy, is it? Okay.
Well, I mean, really, the way it's worded, it kind of tells you,
Yeah.
already. All right, now this is a very interesting question. I don't know if any of you guys are going to get this one. But I thought it was pretty cool. Which groundbreaking console was the first to let you swap out game cartridges, paving the way for future gaming libraries? Which
It's
groundbreaking console was the first to let you swap out game cartridges, paving the way for future gaming library?
Is it the Magnavox?
I have no
I'm
clue.
thinking the Fairchild's Channel, Channel F, which was in 1970.
Or the Atari 2600?
So you're going with the Atari
Magnavox.
2600.
Magnavox.
You're
No,
going with
Magnavox.
you're going with a Fairchild Channel F.
Yeah.
What do you say, Trev?
I have no clue.
And he's going with No Clue 6000. So
Why would you think I would know the answer to that question? I'm curious.
Yeah.
I
How
just
did you
want
get
to see
your
if
job in
anybody
IT,
knew it.
Andrew?
I thought it was pretty interesting. Now here's the answer, and you're gonna love this. Especially Trevor will love this. The answer is the Fairchild Channel F. Matt's
God
right again.
Damn, he's so good at these.
Where did you learn this shit from, man? Come on.
Wow.
He Googles it while you're telling the question. That's what he bloody
Look,
does.
look. He's got the what's his your uni book?
Yeah, it's gone through the history of different console, PCs and when
Oh
they
my
started.
God.
And I did a
actually got a
bit
book.
I did a bit of homework where I was looking into stuff, and so I was looking at
Matt's legit.
conscious. So
That's legit. That's
I'm
cool.
really impressed with that one. Really
Well,
impressed.
for people that aren't Matt, just to give you a quickie, Fairchild Channel
it's
F.
a good looking
short-
machine for what it is.
The Fairchild Channel F, short for Channel Fun,
Mhm.
was a home video game console, the first to be based on a microprocessor and to use ROM cartridges called video carts instead of having games built in. It was released by Fairchild Camera and Instrument in November 1976. And the price back then was $169.95, which translates to about $940 now.
Jesus.
There you go.
Isn't
Wow.
inflation a crazy thing?
Not bad for
Yeah.
a piece of wood.
Yes.
Not bad. Yeah. All right. So the last question, which is the Pokemon one, which came first?
Oh, you dirty
chronologically?
bastard. Oh,
The video game.
yeah.
I'm not
No.
done yet.
Yeah.
Which came first chronologically, the first Pokemon video game or the Pokemon trading cards?
The
I
video
say the
game.
cards.
Yeah, I was going to say cards first.
Cards.
Just
Carl?
a
Yeah.
guess.
The video game.
And guess what? Ding, 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 ding. Carl wins. The video game came first. The cards followed.
Nice.
I thought it was the cards too when I was doing this. I said they're going, oh, it's definitely a
Yeah.
card.
Yeah,
Like a video
Pokemon
game, I
Red
like-
and Blue, or Red and Green if you're Japanese, on the Game Boy. Very first.
Why did they have different colours?
so they can tell them
Because
apart.
they wanted you to buy both of them.
And they did.
So each color has an exclusive Pokemon or two. So in order to get every single one of them, you have to trade with somebody else.
You
or
said there
buy
was a
both of
different. There was two different ones in Japan versus the
Oh,
rest of the world.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so in Japan it was red and green, and then when they released it in the Western world, it became red and blue. Just because I think that they thought it was a better color. There might be some
Symbolic.
fun something
It had
behind
nothing
that,
to do with
but
the
I
fact
don't
that
think
the-
there's a real
the
reason.
Flags a lot, like in the U.S. are
Oh,
red
yeah.
and blue, and in the U.K. it's red and blue, and then
Mm.
Oh,
had
yeah,
nothing to
okay.
do with that.
Yeah. Wow.
So there you
Okay.
go.
Interesting. Well done, Gray.
Yeah. So we wrap up another episode of Extreme Gaming Podcast. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you guys for joining
Thank
everything.
you as well.
And
Great.
we're
Yeah.
gonna try to play the outro and that we can all dance to or whatever we
Oh,
want
not
to
yet.
do.
Great, your thing worked, by the way. I don't have hiccups anymore.
Say it again.
It worked. I don't have hiccups.
Oh, so there you go. Told you. Just
It's a
remember,
miracle.
every time you get hiccups, do that. It works.
Yeah. For your gaming and your medical needs, come see us. Yeah. He's pumped.
Oh, I can't wait till my new computer comes in. All right. See you all next week. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.